What's up, Moto fans? Michael here at Moto Machines, and today we are continuing the Daytona race bike build series, but we're going to be doing something to the 2006 one we have, the first gen. Now, this generation that we have already has a ton of modifications done to it. It's got pretty much almost everything you can throw at it, and it's even got an exhaust. But we're going to be throwing on this Mivv Oval slip-on exhaust, mainly because we don't like the brand that's currently on that bike, which, if I'm being honest, is a Two Brothers system. It sounds okay, it doesn't look that great, and the build quality of it isn't as nice as this Mivv here. We also had this Mivv exhaust on the shelf, so why not? Now, as far as price is concerned, this is the stainless version. It's $319, which for a slip-on exhaust is an absolute steal. There's also two other flavors. There's titanium and carbon fiber. Those are about $419, which again is a complete steal for a slip-on exhaust. Now, this is almost a 20-year-old bike, so you know, it really doesn't matter how much power this thing is going to make because it's being outclassed by everything on the racetrack as it sits. But this Daytona is an awesome bike, and we're going to treat it to some nice parts simply because we have them. But for the price, I mean, Mivv cannot be beat. They're Italian, so that means you have Italian attention to design, Italian detail, which ends up with you end up with a much nicer product for the same price as you would have something like the Two Brothers. I'm sure they're priced similarly, but I don't know off the top of my head. But this Miv build quality absolutely cannot be beat. And the biggest thing that's going to set them apart for me is the fact that when we're going to mount this up, this utilizes a hard mounting bracket. The one on that Two Brothers is just a little clamp that goes up and attaches to it, which is, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but you end up with this rubber band around the clamp that just doesn't look that great in my opinion, whereas with this you get a much cleaner look. But with all that being said, let's throw it on the bike. Okay, so we're over here by the bike. As you can see, this is the Two Brothers exhaust. It's kind of twisted looking, and it just doesn't look that great. When you look at it from the rear of the bike, you can kind of see what I mean by twisted. It doesn't really fill in the space that well, and this clamp here, you can see what I'm talking about, just kind of like hurts the finish a little bit. Now, if we compare the Mivv directly, I'll hold it underneath. As you can see, it's going to be a much cleaner look. It is a little bit larger, which means it's going to be a tad bit quieter. But I mean, on a racetrack, you're not going to really notice that because your attention is on the track itself. But yeah, you got that solid mounting clamp that you can physically see against this rubber one here instead. And you have a really nice laser cut Mivv logo right there on the tip. Not that anybody will ever see that, but you know, it's a nice detail. But with that being said, let's take this piece of junk off and put some Italian beauty on there. Okay, so we're inside, so this is gonna be very, very loud, but we're gonna do a before and after for you. I'm not gonna rev it, well, I might rev it, but yeah. Andrew's gonna lose some hearing, I think. That's good enough for now. Okay, so we kind of forgot to film this part because we realized this clamp was absolutely trashed. The bolt is supposed to come out all at once, and it didn't. It's stuck in there, and as you can see, the bolt is broken. It's also bent. So we were struggling for a while to get this off, but it's off now. So you can see it's just absolutely destroyed. That's the joy of working on a motorcycle from 2006 that's been crashed I don't know how many times, but on we go.